Hi, friends. Welcome back. And if this is your first time watching, my name is Jazz, and I watch a shit ton of TV. And one of the TV shows that I am loving is Hell's Kitchen. This season, we're doing Battle of the States. Gordon Ramsay has selected the best chefs to represent different states in America. And I have one of my favorites here to talk about the show. If you haven't checked out Hell's Kitchen, it does air every Thursday on Fox at 8 o'clock. And I have, I will call her the star of the show right now, Chef Anaiya Marie. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am so good. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. I am loving watching you on the show, like your confessionals. I feel like the first episode I watched them, you had so many confessionals. I was like, this girl is a star, and she's very clearly like the narrator of this season.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. A lot of people are saying I'm a confessional queen.
Yes, you are a confessional queen. This past episode, when you were talking about Antonio, and you were like, Antonio, you may have beat me in the challenge, but I'm beating you in eating lobster tail.
You might be the only one who liked that because a lot of people did not like that comment.
Oh, because they thought you were teasing him a little bit.
A lot of people thought I was very petty this episode. I've been keeping up with there's a Hell's Kitchen Reddit. There's like a whole bunch of Facebook, Twitter, everything, or X, I guess I should call it. No, I don't know. It's Twitter to me. But
I still call it Twitter too.
But like everybody was just like, she's so petty. And I was just like,
but you know what?
And
Petty works for me. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a reality TV OG, like flavor of, I mean, even taking it all the way back, The Real World was like my introduction, but I've been watching reality TV since then. But so I love a good petty confessional. Yeah. I love a petty read. I'm here for it. So
I'm here for it too, but
different strokes for different folks. Am I right?
Hey, right, exactly.
So before we get started though, I just want the audience to see y'all. I had to get dressed up for the occasion. Chef Naiya is on the red team. It's a team of all women right now. They are doing well. We're going to get into that. And so I have to put on my red bandana and my white chef coat for Chef Anaiya Marie. I'm always looking to wear, anytime I can get dressed up, if there's a theme, if there's a costume, I'm all for it. So I was like, let me order my chef jacket from Amazon.
Imagine the vibe. Chef Ramsay would be proud.
You know what? That's who I'm trying to impress. That's who I'm trying to impress.
Yeah, he would love it.
So, Miss Chef Naiya, let's jump into, I want to just get to know you a little bit. For anybody who doesn't know, how did your chef journey begin?
Fairly young age, I grew up watching, most Black young girls. We grew up in the kitchen with our nanas, our grandmas. So I watched my nana cook everything all the time. I was sitting on the counter shucking corn and snapping peas and, mixing and doing everything. So just seeing her kind of turn nothing into, I thought it was everything, just watching her make little food. She cooked every holiday by herself. I always thought it was magic. So Aww. At 7, I decided, I was like, I'm going to be a chef. And they were like, no, girl. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a chef. And so, ever since then, I just kind of was in the kitchen making, I like to always tell this story of, I used to make this soup and my whole family would just be like, it's so good. And thinking back on it, was so terrible.
What was the soup?
Oh my God. It was butter, celery, and hot sauce. Those were the 3 ingredients. And everybody just lied to me and they were like, it's so good. It's so good. Those are not coherent ingredients at all.
No, because even just saying it, I feel like my cholesterol is just up from the butter. But look, shout out to having a supportive family, because they're like, if our girl wants to cook, we're going to make her feel like she is the best.
They were like, this is spectacular, girl. Give me another bowl. I was like...
Meanwhile, they're suffering through it. They're eating like, oh, God, no.
That's wonderful.
So what was the first thing that you learned to make that wasn't a butter soup?
Let me think. My Nana made a lot of soul food, so I learned a lot of holiday meals. We really weren't like a turkey family, but we did like Cornish hens and chickens. We made ham. Mac and cheese is a staple in our home, so that was one of the first things. My Nana makes a killer cheesecake. So it really is just like a lot of stuff, like watching my Nana make it. Sides and stuff like that. But as far as like professionally, like the first, girl, I can't even tell you. I don't even know. That's the word. Professionally, I have no clue what the first thing I made was.
I love those memories because I too learned how to make a lot of holiday staples. And just, I want to say 3 Thanksgivings ago, my mom officially passed the torch to me to be able to make the dressing every Thanksgiving. So I'm officially like the person who makes the dressing for holidays, which is like a huge honor for me.
It's honor because girl, dressing makes or breaks the table. It's like
Seriously, and my fiance doesn't even eat it. I'm like, you'll never know this greatness because he doesn't eat dressing.
you know what's sad? I also didn't eat dressing for a very. So I grew up in the north, so we ate stuffing.
Yeah, there's such a different. I grew up in the Midwest, and we call it dressing.
So in the south is dressing, in the
Okay.
north is stuffing, but stuffing is bread, whereas dressing is like cornbread.
Yes. Yep. Mine is
So
made with cornbread and croutons.
the flavors are very similar, but I think dressing is a lot more wet than, stuffing's kind of dry.
Yeah.
So growing up, I never was the fan. I was never a fan of stuffing. And then we moved to the South, and one of my mom's boyfriends, his mom made dressing, and hers was the only dressing I would eat. And still is the only dressing I'll eat. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, she's passed away now. So
Oh.
again, no.
Well, you know what? I was gonna say I'll have to freeze whatever, and mail you some of mine, and then you can give me your
Yeah.
professional opinion. Because I'll tell you, not only did my mom like officially allow me to be like she officially passed the torch, but I made it for a friendsgiving, 2 different friendsgivings, and one somebody asked for their recipe, and I was like, "Girl, there's not really a recipe. You kind of just got to know. The ancestors just kind of have to speak to you
Yeah.
with the dressing." But then for another friendsgiving, they ate it. It was 2 of my friends, or one of my friends, he brought his sister, and they looked at each other and like, doesn't this taste just like mommy's? And I'm like, oh, my dressing tastes like your mom's dressing. So I feel really official. I feel
Yeah.
confident enough to send you my dressing, and I think you would enjoy it.
I'm going to send you my address and I will take some because Thanksgiving is right around the corner.
Yes. So I want to talk about you. Like, you are young, talented, very confident. I mean, I wish I had half the confidence at 24 that you exude. Who inspires you most in the food world right now? Who are you looking to help you continue to be a great chef?
Growing up, like Gordon Ramsay was obviously like a big inspiration. Like we grew up watching Gordon Ramsay.
Mhm.
I grew up watching a lot of Food Network. So it's, like even like Ina Garten, and like
Yes.
it was like one of my favorites for a really long time. But as far as now, as bad as it sounds, I'm not necessarily caught up in the culinary world. Like I pay attention, but I'm really kind of lost to who's in the know. But a lot of the chefs that I surround myself with, even like the chefs on the show, the fellow chefs, the fellow contestants on the show, are really huge inspirations to me. The chefs I work with, my owner, Bruce Auden, is a big inspiration for me. Just watching, and a lot of different chefs. Like my Instagram is full of chefs and food and stuff like that. And I may not know them, but just like seeing stuff like that, just I get inspiration from anywhere, which is crazy. I find it in every little thing that we do. It's just that looks cool. I'm gonna use different pieces and I'll try to use it. So honestly, inspiration just comes from anywhere. I look for it everywhere.
You should check out, I don't know if you watch Top Chef, but Chef Tristan, he just won this last season of Top Chef. I want to eat some of his food. Like, he was making the most amazing looking food and he won. And so he might be a good chef to look to for inspiration as
Yeah,
well.
check them out. Actually, a lot of my friends were like, "You need to go be on Top Chef," and I was like, "It's so bad. I have never watched Top Chef ever." But now I'm gonna have to check it out for sure. You're like the fifth person this month to tell me to check
Oh,
out.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a sign. You should totally check it out. I mean, I love cooking shows, Top Chef, but Hell's Kitchen, like this season in particular, has been really cool. I love the aspect of choosing a different chef from each state.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask, so you're repping Delaware, like you are the Delaware chef on Hell's Kitchen Battle of the States, but you currently live in San Antonio. Is that correct?
Yes.
So tell me about that? Like, your hometown is Delaware, living in San Antonio. What's
Yeah.
that transition been like?
I was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. Very small town, very small state. Everybody knows everybody. After COVID, I think I just was like, I want something new. I was working with my aunt at her urgent care, and I just was like, I want to get back in the kitchen. Things were starting to open up, and I was like, well, I want to go somewhere else. Delaware, I love Delaware. the food scene is a little dead in Delaware as far as the food that I'm looking for. Like a lot of home style food is in Delaware, which is fine. You know, I grew up eating a lot of that, like all that food. But you know, as far as the food that I want to do, it's just not there. So I just was like, okay, let's go somewhere else. And I had worked the Masters tournament, the Masters golf tournament in like 2020. And one of the chefs there was like, I think I want to move to Texas. Like I actually was talking about moving to Houston. And one of the chefs there were just like, you know, you're young. It's super busy in Houston, which being here for 4 years, I've been to Houston a couple of times and he was not lying. Houston is hectic. But you know, he was like, try San Antonio. It's the food scene is great. It's growing and it's not as busy as Houston. And I was just like, okay, sounds cool. So just on the leap of faith, I got on my stuff and I got an apartment, never saw it before, just signed up for it online. I just was like, vibes. I came to visit San Antonio probably like a month before I moved here, and I saw what I saw and I was like, okay, great, we're gonna move here, it's gonna be a vibe. And I did it. I just was like, okay, well, we'll do it.
I love that. No, that's sometimes you have to take that leap of faith and look at what's happening for you now. Now you're on TV, you know what I mean? Like you're on a show. It's amazing.
San Antonio has definitely opened a lot of doors for me. I got like my first sous chef position here. I've really been steadily moving up the so I'm happy I took that leap of faith. A lot of people should do that. You know, a lot of people are very scared to just be like, I don't want to do that. Listen, I don't know nobody here. I have no family here. I've made friends over the years, which is great, but like I just was like, if I don't do it, then you know I'm just gonna be stagnant. So
and you're always gonna wonder what if. Like I've lived in 5 cities since being an adult, right? Because I'm never afraid to be like, you know what, I'm not really feeling it here, and I'm interested in this other place. So let me just take my happy behind to another city.
And I'm looking for something else now. So if you know a good city, I'm looking for somewhere else to go.
Come to Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. Come to Atlanta.
Wait, I grew up. So I actually went to like middle school, high school in Georgia.
Oh,
Augusta. Like I was kind of, yeah, I spent a lot of years in Augusta. A lot of people actually will say I'm from Georgia because of how much time I spent in Augusta.
Wow. Yeah. Because if you went to what, you said high school?
Yeah, I went to Grovetown
Okay. Yeah. So those are like really formative years, right? Like most people that you know in adult years are the people that you met in like high school. So they probably would consider you a Georgian.
Yes. And no, I do not want to move to Atlanta. Atlanta has too many chefs out there. And I'm like, I'm come and compete with nobody. Okay. It's celebrity restaurants and
Yeah.
no. I'm just like, Atlanta is much busier than Houston. If you think Houston's busy, Atlanta is, oh my God.
Yeah, Atlanta's interesting. This is my 3rd time living here. I lived here before like 10 years ago for 3 years. Then I moved back like in 2017 or 2018 for a job. So I was only here for 9 months. And then I just got engaged and my fiance got a job here. And so we just bought a house. We're staying put. So I'm not going anywhere else for a while, but this is my 3rd time. Atlanta keeps calling me back.
Well, first, congratulations on getting engaged.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So let's just get into this past episode because I feel like there's so many things I could talk to you about for hours. You just have one of those personalities, but we are here to talk about Hell's Kitchen. So this past episode, we saw you guys have that fish challenge where you had to go to that dock. Listen, I'm not a sailor, so if I get some of my verbiage wrong, y'all don't crucify me. Y'all have to go to the dock. There were all of these fish, and you had to find the different fish within a pile. I know the smell was terrible because I think you even said that on the show. No, it was just awful.
Well, actually, that was Sydney. She was saying, like, you don't even need to see it. You can smell it, which was very true. It was funky out there. And it was like 90 degrees. So imagine like fish in the sun, just a bucket. It was a smell, definitely.
Oh my God. How long did it take for y'all to get the smell like out of your nose and like off your body, out of your hair? Did it take days?
Honestly, no, because you know, we just go on to the next thing. So it's just, I don't even know if we have time to like just be like, I still smell the fish. What's the next thing? You know?
Right. No, that makes total sense. And so you guys had that challenge and then you had to make some dishes. Unfortunately, we saw the red team did not get enough points to pull off a win and the blue team did. So the blue team got a gift to go to this mansion, this winery, drink wine, and then the red team had to stay back. Now, when Gordon was like, "Are you going to use your punishment pass?" I thought you weren't going to use it. I thought you were going to save the punishment pass, and you shocked me and you used it. What? Talk to me about that. What was the decision going into that?
Can I tell you that that was actually my biggest regret, being at Hell. And I say that because I love the way, now, editing is very meticulous. I was very vocal about the fact that I hate it going, like, I was so upset. I was like, oh my God, like, I don't want to. But, a lot of the girls were just like, just go. And it sucks. I give in easily to peer pressure. So I was just like, okay, fine, I'll go. But what's even funnier about it, Jasmine, I don't even drink really. So I was like, girl, we going to a winery. Like, you don't even drink. This is insane. And then I chose Antonio to replace me. And I was just like, oh, I felt so bad. Like the boys were just like, why didn't you choose somebody who didn't get a point? And I was like, I didn't even get a point. I shouldn't even be here. I didn't want to go. Like, it was just so bad. And I was so apologetic about it. And that did not make the cut. They made me look so petty. I was like, oh my gosh. I looked like such a sore loser, but I wasn't. Like, I was just like, I felt so terrible. Like, I beat myself up about it really bad. I'm still beating myself up. When I saw the episode, I was like,
it was good for us watching though, because I think, like I said, for me, big reality TV watcher, I love a little bit of petty, but it didn't come across like overly petty or like you were a sore loser or anything. You just seemed like you were joking. Like when you were sitting at the table, you're like, oh, I feel so bad. Bites into my shrimp. Oh, I feel so bad. I just thought it was funny.
And it was after I was like, I'm so sorry, Antonio. I feel so. And they were like, you don't feel bad eating that lobster. And that was the clip after that. So it was just like, but I really did feel bad. But Antonio knows. When we went back, I just was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I should have stayed. I did not get a point. You should have been like, you should have went. I feel so bad. And he was just like, it's fine. I got to cut fish. And I was like, I would have loved to have a fish cutting class. I need a fish cutting class, but I enjoyed myself though. I had the winery. As I said, it was a sight for sore eyes. It was gorgeous, but I really was like beating myself up about it the whole time. I was like,
but are you and Antonio cool now? He forgave you and everything? Okay.
He actually just had a son, so we all are like,
congrats.
Yes. So we're all very cool. As much as the editing makes it look like we hate each other, no. We clicked out. We're clicked out. We all have a group chat. We're very cordial. We love each other.
I love to hear that, because I think that was another question that I wanted to ask you, or something else that I wanted to talk to you about. It's just like the conflict that we see within the red team between like Alexandra's kind of like public enemy number one and then it's the rest of the group. But one thing I will say that I love watching is like y'all might have some some tiffs or whatever, but I love that Alexandra is, look, we might not like each other, but we have to win. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and just go for it. Can you talk to me a little bit about, as we can see right now, right? You guys are having some conflict. Like I said, Alexandra seems to be public enemy number one. What is going on in this time? Like, why, I guess is the question.
A lot definitely is not shown for sure. I think the first kind of strike for me was her flicking off Elena when she got eliminated. Like, this is absolutely a competition. It's a competition. We are here to win. We're not here, like Chef Ramsay said, we're not here to make friends. We're not here to be besties. But at the same time, I do think there's a level of respect that needs to be maintained. Especially when you're trying to run a brigade and you're trying to take over his restaurant. Like, there's a certain level of respect that is expected when you're going to take over this position. And for me, no matter what may have gone down, to flick somebody off is very nasty and distasteful. So I just was like, girl, I cannot believe you would do that on these people TV in front of Chef Ramsay. Now, granted, he ain't see her. Thank goodness. But,
yeah, right.
Like for me, that just was like, okay, interesting. And then the next episode, I think it was the don't worry about my attitude, worry about the chicken, which I'm getting that on a shirt, guys. I don't care. That'll be on a t-shirt. For me, it's just that obviously was like, I think that was like mid-argument because she had told me I wasn't a team player. And I'm just like, you just flick somebody off last episode. But that's where I'm just like, but then we're lagging on the chicken. Like, you're telling me I'm not a team player, but you're not, listen, get that chicken out and we can talk about team players in the dorm. But it definitely is an interesting dynamic. Like I said, like now to this day, I wouldn't necessarily say we're all best friends, you know, like, but I do have a level of respect for her. Obviously, we all were in this high pressure situation and tensions were high. As you can tell, like tensions are very high. And I think it's the reality of it. You know, we're not all going to get along at every single point in time, but we got a job to do. We did it at the end of the day. We get it done. We'll see what happens next episode. No.
Yeah, exactly. Because look, your goal there, you're just trying to become the next head chef. And then your goal for us, or what you're doing for us as the viewing audience, is providing entertainment. And that you are, right? Like, I love watching it. You actually had one of the best comebacks, I think, when she was saying something about like your age. And if the worst thing you can say about me is that I'm 24, like, whatever, we're in the same place. I'm like, you ate that. You ate
that because what? I was like, you know, and like I said, I keep up on the Reddit, and a lot of people were very pissy at the fact that I brought up her age. But if we're gonna say I'm not playing high school politics, then maybe we should act like adults and not sit here and do that. But yeah, girl, we in the same space. Yes, I'm 20 something, but here we are.
Yeah.
Area doing the same things.
And all is fair. If you bring up my age, I get to bring up your age.
Thank
all
you.
Bets are off, right? All is fair. All is fair.
You're grown, so it's like I'm grown, but you're grown. So you should.
You guys seem to, based on what you said, just found, some common ground, cordial, right. Maybe not BFFs, but you are not actively beefing with Alexandra, which I love to hear.
I'm not beefing with nobody.
Good.
Listen, I'm not the beefing type. I'm not gonna beef with you, but I am going to need to say, and I will hold you accountable for your actions, which I expect everybody to do the same for me. If I messed up, you could say that. You could be like, just Kara Marie when she was like, well, she didn't get a point when she's drinking wine. True, I can't even say nothing. You're right. I am drinking wine and I didn't get a point. That's just the vibe we were on.
Yes, no, I mean, listen, I'm super excited. I know you have some really good confessionals coming up for us. Is there anything we should be bracing ourselves for the rest of the season?
Honestly, I definitely, girl, I don't even remember half the season. It was so long. But, I definitely think there's a lot to look forward to this season. And I'm not being biased, think that this might be one of the best seasons of Hell's Kitchen, but that's just me. Obviously, I'm on. So, but, I think there's a lot coming up. But
you gotta stay tuned.
Gotta watch, you gotta stay tuned and figure it out.
Listen, I will be tuned in. Before I let you go, I want to play a game. Would you like to play a couple games with me?
I love to play games.
Okay, perfect. This first game, we're going to call this Undercooked or Overrated. So I'm going to give you something that went viral on the internet. You tell me if you think it deserves more love, so it's undercooked, or if it's been done to death, meaning it is completely overrated. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Truffle oil, undercooked or overrated?
If it's real truffle oil, undercooked. But if it's fake truffle oil, overrated.
Now, how would someone know the difference between the real and the fake?
A lot of the fake ones will say truffle infused. Whereas like real truffle oil is just like truffle oil,
Yes. Expert tip, y'all.
You're at a local grocery store and it says truffle infused olive oil, then it's okay, that's fake. But yeah, real truffle oil, I want it on everything. I love truffle oil.
Ooh, okay. I need to get into it. I don't think I've ever had truffle oil, but now that I know what to look out for, I only want the real if I do try it.
And get a real truffle, like the actual mushroom. Yes, get some.
Yeah. Ooh, and I love mushrooms. Oh my gosh. Okay, me looking out for that. The next thing, TikTok recipes. Are they undercooked or overrated?
I'm a TikTok girly. And I actually just recently started meal prepping, and I use TikTok a lot for meal prep inspiration. I will say some TikTok meals are definitely undercooked because I've had some really good TikTok meals, but then there are some that I'm like, no, like that. What was it? The Marry Me chicken? That's a banger. Yeah. But I don't want to call it Marry Me chicken because that's just Tuscan chicken. Be serious, guys. But that's
exactly. I have a cookbook downstairs that has like a Marry Me recipe in it, And I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you though, I don't like it. I've made it twice, 2 different recipes. I'm not a fan of it, but I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong because I feel like all of the ingredients, I should love this, but it always tastes like it's missing something.
It's chicken Alfredo with spinach. I don't want anybody to tell you anything different. Everybody think they so fancy calling it marry me chicken. That is chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo, in which look, that is anybody can learn how to make a chicken Alfredo.
Yes.
Even the
Yes.
person, even the most beginner of cooks can make a chicken Alfredo.
Get on.
I also found a really good baked ziti recipe on TikTok and I made it. Me and my fiance, we were watching The Sopranos like for the first time. And I need baked ziti. And I'm like,
Yes.
you do. I found a recipe on TikTok. It was a banger.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Some are hit and miss. Some that's
Yeah.
it, you gotta find the right people.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. The phrase girl dinner, is that undercooked or overrated?
Undercooked.
Ooh, you love a good girl dinner?
Dinner. Yes. Actually, what's so funny, one of my favorite wine bars here in San Antonio does like a bad girl dinner on Thursdays. And it's like a
Ooh.
little Caesar salad. You get a side of fries and a shrimp cocktail, and a glass of wine. And I'm just like, it's perfect. It's perfection.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I meal prep, but that's because I don't like to cook when I get home.
Right.
If I could just eat little snacks every day, I'd be fine. I don't need a full meal. I am a chef. We don't eat food. I need to eat a side of fries and an apple pie every night, and I'd be okay.
Or in New York, me and my homegirl, we used to go out and we used to get the adult Happy Meal, and it's a martini fry, a martini and fries with a lot of ketchup. And that's a great after work dinner for
What
us.
do you need? Listen, what more could you need? I put a
Exactly.
Caesar salad on the side of that, and it's a vibe. I
You
love a
know
good.
what? I do need to, because I need to incorporate a lot more greens. So, yes, the next time I'm in New York and we go out for our adult Happy Meals, we're going to have a salad with it.
Caesar salad. Let me tell you, I bugged those people on Hell's Kitchen about Caesar salad. Like they were like, "Y'all want?" I was like, "Caesar salad." Bring me the stuff for a Caesar salad.
You know who has an underrated Caesar salad that I love, and I'm not ashamed to admit? Red Lobster. I love their Caesar salad.
Listen, Cheddar Bay biscuits with the Caesar salad, and I need nothing
Whoa.
else. I'm going to Red Lobster.
Wow.
Thank you.
You know what? I feel like I'm gonna go there today for lunch and get
Yes,
exactly that. My biscuits and my Caesar salad.
yes, that's
Amazing.
all you need. And a little drink on the side. Like, yes, perfection.
Mm.
Girl dinner. That's
Yes,
just girl dinner all the way.
it is. It is. Okay, and last one for undercooked or overrated. Everything being a cake, like shoes. This is a Barbie water bottle. I would tell you this is cake, right? Everything being cake, undercooked or overrated.
Get that off my feet. Overrated. Get that off my feet. I'm so tired of being tricked with these lies about what is. Oh, which one's cake? And it's just, get it off my feet. It's even worse when it's like very blatantly cake, and they
Mhm.
think they can play it off. It's just like, stop playing.
I love the creativity. There's a guy he
Yeah,
makes like shoes, but he'll put the cake on the floor to look like a shoe, and then he'll take a bite out of it, and I'm like, that's nasty.
that's a vibe though. I do give A for effort, creativity.
Mhm.
It's great. I think if you can make a cake out of, because I don't bake, so I give a lot of props to pastry chefs. But if you can do that, 1,000,000%. But it upsets me when I see a shoe or something and somebody cuts into it and there's
Yeah.
frosting in the middle. What are we doing?
I know. It's a little unhinged. I'm with you though. I think it's a little overrated. I think it was fun during the pandemic.
Yes.
We're a long ways away from that now.
We're a couple years after the pandemic now. We can find something more productive to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you. That is undercooked or overrated. Now, I have a question. You're a chef, so I imagine you have thought about this a lot. Okay. But because you are talking to me and I love television, I want to play a little game, give a little twist to a dinner party guest list, right? So I'm sure you probably think if I was going to do a dinner party, I would have this friend, that friend. I want to know if you were doing a dinner party, you have 5 guests that you can invite, but the 5 guests all have to be from either TV, reality shows, or movies. What who are the 5 people that you're inviting to your dinner party?
See, I'm like you a little bit. I love a good reality show. I grew up watching like Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Mhm.
Pop Atlanta, the real messy shows. So I think first one would be Tiffany Pollard, New York. April Love. Yes.
The
I
queen.
and that is reality TV queen. I
Absolutely.
second pick, which is Nene Leakes. I definitely them two in the same room would be something out of a movie. Like it
The
would be
world would stop.
spectacular. Now let's get some of the baddie. Look, I gotta get a couple of men in here. No,
Yes, it's a co-ed dinner, okay?
we gotta get a couple men in here. I would love to meet. Oh my God, who would I get? God, I'm trying not to just throw like my crushes in there, but at the same time, it's like I would
Crushes in.
and maybe have one of them marry me. Damon Idris.
Oh,
Yeah,
Damson Idris.
Is that his name? Why did I think it was something different? Damson Idris.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sit right next to me and don't move. All right. He's a little too old for me, but Michael B. Jordan, I love him back.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, don't
Mhm.
fight me. Don't fight me, girlies. I need another reality show. I need another reality. You know, she's not in reality TV anymore, but she was, so I'm gonna use her. Cardi B. I love
Okay.
on Love and Hip Hop.
Wow, this would be a dinner party for the ages. You got Tiffany, New York
Yeah.
Pollard, Nene Leakes, Damson Idris, Michael B. Jordan, and Cardi B. I feel like Damson and Michael B. will be fighting over who gets to sit next. Actually, you know what? Just put them both on
On both
either side.
sides, girl. I'm already thinking ahead. That's why I only chose two.
I was not familiar with your game, but I love it.
Okay.
That is one hell of a dinner party.
Hey
Exactly.
there. Hey there.
Hi.
Right. Michael. Damn. Hey.
Oh, you got Lori's ex. Oh, her current. Isn't she still dating Damson?
Listen, the tea is that they were on vacation together. I'm hoping it's not true because I'm hoping I still got a shot. But if it went back for him, I might be SOL. So I don't know.
Listen, you still got Michael B at the end of the day. He is a little
40.
older. But seasoned, mature, established career, established financials.
Yes.
You
Yes.
see where I'm going?
Yes. And him in Sinners was spectacular.
Oh,
So
that
yeah,
movie.
it was
That
so good.
I really hope that wins an Oscar. I really do. It was so good.
I saw a tweet today and it said we should really prepare ourselves for Sinners not to win anything at all. And it really makes me upset that people are already thinking that way because it was cinematic gold. Like it was so good. I saw it 3 times in theaters. It was
Wow, wow. Yeah,
so
it's amazing. I love that. And I love your dinner party list. We're going to have to get a 6th seat though because I need to be in attendance, so I have to see everything go
yes. So
down.
tea and we
Exactly, exactly. Now listen, one more question for you. Actually, one more list for you before we leave. I need to know what you like to watch when you are not on the screen. So we're going to call this the channel surf queue, and I want to know, what is a comfort show that you always go back to?
I have 3 comfort shows that I switch between actually, I'm going to say 4. And they're very different, but similar in a sense. So, The Office has always been one of my favorite shows. I mean, The Office will probably get canceled now, but it is top tier. Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's a Nickelodeon
Hmm.
show. But if you watch it now as an adult, like some of the life lessons in that show are just like unmatched. It makes me cry all the time.
Oh.
I'm a Bob's Burger fanatic. Love Bob's.
Oh.
And the last one is Abbott. Abbott Elementary. Love Abbott Elementary.
I love Abbott Elementary so much. Ava is I
This new season, I love how they gave her Oshan and just kind of like be the real tame to her crazy.
I'm so glad they made that happen. I haven't caught up on this season yet, but I did see a still of them and they looked like they were in a couple. And I'm like, yes, because one, he is fine. And two, she needed somebody like him.
Yeah, she needs a very tame. calm dude who puts her in her place, and he does just that. So
I
that's,
love that.
I need me a O'Shawn. So if anybody out there is listening, no.
Listen, that actually leads me into my next question within the channel Surf Q, right? What is a reality show that you would love to compete on? Obviously, besides Hell's Kitchen.
You know what's so funny? I just tapped into Love Island this season because of all the drama that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know if I would do it just because that's a lot of mouths touching, but it's
Yeah.
like a very fun concept, and I would love to see Ariana Madix in person. She is wow,
Fabulous. Yeah. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
she's so fabulous.
all around. I would love to do Chopped. Honestly, like another cooking reality show would be a lot of fun because Hell's Kitchen was a lot of fun. Like no matter how stressful it was super fun. It was great meeting all the chefs that I met. A lot of my friends are telling me to do Top Chef. I have to watch it to see what the vibe is, but maybe that'll be somewhere in my future. And one that I really watched a lot that I don't know, sometimes I think it's a little rigged, but Beat Bobby Flay. Why does nobody beat Bobby Flay? But
I
I would
mean, it's
go in there and try to beat Bobby Flay.
yeah. I mean, you probably wouldn't because it's his show and that's the name of the show, but I will be rooting for you.
You know, and that's why I think it's a little rigged because why does nobody beat him? Ain't no way nobody out here beating Bobby Flay.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to see you on other reality shows. Now, the last movie, a movie that always makes you cry or laugh. So you can do either or you can do both, but a movie that makes you cry or laugh.
I am a crybaby.
Mm.
I'm a Pisces. I like to say that that's why I am very in touch with my emotions. So there aren't many movies that don't make me cry. I cry at a lot of stuff, but one movie that really makes me cry is Where the Crawdads Sing. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
I
Oh,
need to see it because I want to read the book.
oh my God. And The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I just watched that for the first time.
Yeah.
Why didn't nobody tell me that movie was going to emotionally wreck me?
Yeah, no, it's completely destroyed. I watched that. This is back when the red box was like a thing.
Oh yeah.
I yeah, I rented that movie from a red box like years and years and years ago. Crying in the club. Crying in the club.
Crying, screaming, throwing up because I was like, what is this movie? Like,
Yeah.
what is this? Oh my gosh. And I will throw in the one that makes me laugh. I don't know if you've seen Bridesmaids, but
Oh
Bridesmaids
yeah, of course.
is like a staple. Me and my family quote Bridesmaids probably more than we should.
My sister does that all the time.
Like every time I take a sip of some drink, I'm always like, shit, that's fresh. I love Bridesmaids down. That is one movie I could watch 18 times and it'll still be funny. Like always, always.
Oh my gosh, I love your cue. You have such a variety of tastes. Like you got the
Yeah,
Nickelodeon show, you got the animated like Bob's Burgers, you got
yeah.
network TV, Bridesmaid, which is Bridesmaids. I sound like Nene Leakes, Bridesmaids. That's how she said Bridesmaids, which I was not expecting you to pull out, but that is an amazing cue. Listen, Chef Anaiya, this was a pleasure. As I knew it would be, I was like, I have to talk to this young lady. She is such a star. I want to let her know that I am enjoying watching you on the show. Everybody on the cast is great, but I really totally, as like I said, as a reality TV viewer, I can see you going so far in this industry. So just keep up the work, keep cooking, and let everybody know where they can find you if they want to follow you.
I am currently on, God, where am I on? I'm on Instagram and it's XOXO_Naiya. And I have a chef Instagram, but I really have to start posting on it. But it's in my bio of my real Instagram that I actually post on. I'm on Facebook at Anaiya Marie, and I'm trying to get on TikTok, and it's Annihilator in the Kitchen. That's my TikTok.
Ooh, I love Annihilator. That's so clever.
My self-proclaimed name that they asked me about on the show, and I just was like, the Annihilator, and I'm gonna make it happen one way or another. So let's start that up.
Exactly. Make fetch happen.
Yes. Thank you, Pat. Let's make that happen. No.
Awesome. Well, this was so good. I would love to talk to you again toward the end of the season just to see how everything plays out.
Yes. we'll have to do this again because, girl, I think it's gonna get juicier. No.
Oh, look at that. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my chat with Chef Anaiya Marie. Like I said, I am enjoying her so much on Hell's Kitchen. If you have not checked out Hell's Kitchen, it does air every Thursday on Fox at 8 p.m. And then you can watch it the next day on Hulu. But make sure you tune in because you got to get into her confessionals and just get into the overall competition of it all. They are cooking up a storm on that show. And of course, Gordon Ramsay is Gordon Ramsay, which that's always going to be amazing. So I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.